Pocket Money Podcast, Episode 5, How the Rich Get Rich, the Truth. The truth to, how the rich get rich. You heard of that old saying, the rich get rich and the poor get poor. It's true. Obviously. The way that works is that the poor, when they spend money, because it's not like poor people don't make money, right? You're poor in the sense there's a difference between being broke and being poor, right? So most people consider themselves poor, but in reality they're just broke. They have a job, they make money, but their money goes to paying bills and stuff, right? So they don't get to keep the money, which means so they're money poor, right? But they're not, resource poor, because they obviously will pay for a house and bills and stuff like that. So they'll have roof over that. So they're not homeless. A homeless person can say, they're poor, right? But a person who has a house and a job, you're not poor, you're broke. But most people like to generalize not having a lot of money saved up as being poor. Therefore, I just use the term poor as a general term. So when you have money, you spend it, right? Most poor people, or the poor person mindset, is the idea of when is to spend money. They don't think about saving, even though they have the idea and they know saving is something they should do, but it's something they don't often do, right? So spending money. The other thing they don't think about, they know about, but they don't think about, as in think about doing it and putting effort into, is investing. So that's the thing when it comes to money. Can be spent, can be saved, and can be invested, right? The thing is, most people just spend money and that's it. They don't try the other two. They don't save and they don't invest. And that right there is, creates the poor situation, the situation where you're not making money. So back to the whole, the rich get rich and the poor get poor, is because the poor, right, the people at the bottom, right, of the wealth gap, when they pay for stuff, they're buying things from the rich, right? The rich tend to own a lot of the businesses. It's not like businesses and companies out here, and the bills you're paying and the rents you're paying is on average going to somebody who lives around in your neighborhood or something, right? The money's not going into your community. It's leaving your community and going somewhere else. So when you buy from Amazon, large portion of your money that you put into Amazon is going into Jeff Bezos' pockets, right? He's a rich person, right? So the rich get richer. And that's how the rich get richer, is because we're putting the money into their pockets. We are the reason they're rich, not the other way around, right? They don't make us rich, right? But we definitely make them rich. But ironically, they do make us poor in the sense of the fact that they never spend money back on us. They never buy anything from us. The irony of money is, the way money's supposed to operate is that you're supposed to give it to one another. I'm supposed to give you money for you to, mow my lawn, right? But later on, if you have trash that you need to be taken out, you can pay me to take it out for you, right? This is a way that we can help each other, in a community type of way, and we use money as part of the mechanism, the method in which we, agree on doing things. We pay each other in response to the fact that we do stuff for each other. Could we do stuff for each other for free? Yeah. You can mow my lawn for free, and I can, take out the trash for you for free. Or we can use those two activities as the payment. You agree to mow my lawn, I agree to take out the trash, right? A favor for a favor. That's essentially what, when you buy stuff is a favor for a favor. The difference is that when I buy something off of somebody, the money that I give them, which represents the favor, right? Well, they can give it to someone else. They can get a favor out of somebody else instead of trying to get the favor from me. That's the difference, of money versus, I scratch your back, you scratch my back, right? A quid pro quo type thing. So that is the difference, obviously between money and just doing favors. And of course, the whole barter system. I give you, I trade you this, you trade me that. So like I said, the rich get richer and the poor get poor because the rich don't buy from the poor. What they do is buy from other rich people. That's how the rich stay rich, because the money's circulating amongst them. So as a community, money circulates around rich people, right? The rich group, the rich community, and a lot of the new money that comes into that community comes from the poor, right? Comes from the lower community. Most people are in the lower community. That's an unfortunate thing, because that shouldn't be the case. You would expect, governments and states to make sure and insist that people with large sums of money spend their money where they live, at least where they live. Or especially if they have a business somewhere outside of where they live, that they need to make sure that a lot of the money that the business spends for for certain things is spent in that location. It's not spent outside. That's part of the problem, is too much money is going out of a certain location, which is making it scarce. And that's the thing. People act like, it's like, oh, this is a nice neighborhood, let's put something in here, to extract money, like a bank or something. And they treat it like it's an oil drill. They're trying to drill out oil, right? Thinking that has no negative effects on that location, because it's not like they're putting anything back. They're just taking. So I'm not going to get into the whole politics of things. The whole idea is besides that, right? Besides that dynamic of, the rich get rich and the poor get poor, the truth, right? The truth. I didn't want to say secret, because people use the word secret too much. It's like, it shouldn't be a secret, because this should be obvious. But it's, not everything is obvious. Not the common sense is not as common as it used to be. So the truth of not just rich people, getting richer or anything like that, but just the idea of getting rich, period. Just anybody can get rich. The truth of that, getting rich, and how anyone can get rich, right? Of course, you might hear this plenty of times, is the idea of, work, right? Working hard, but not necessarily working hard, hard, right? Like physical labor type stuff per se. Is the idea of working hard to figure out what works best. It's a lot of trial and error of what works best to get you from point A to point B. How can you take $100 and turn it to $1 million, for example? So it takes a lot of time and effort to try to figure that out. Now, obviously, there's some shortcuts. You can talk to some people who can show you, teach you a thing or two about how to get to a lot of, to go from 100 to 1 million. But here's the most common way I've figured this out. When I was young, a long time ago, that when I was young, I was like, I want to be rich. And then I was thinking like, okay, what does it take to be rich? Like, how do rich people get rich? Sometimes, they, in the media, it shows you that, some people are just born rich. Lucky them. But for the ones who wasn't born rich, right? How did they get rich? How did they end up having a lot of money? What's the likelihood of them just getting a whole lot of money for no reason, right? Clearly there was a reason. So I want to know how they got rich, so I could do the same, right? So when you look at the richest people, look at what's going on in their lives, you realize, oh, okay, Bill Gates is rich because he has a company. Jeff Bezos is rich because he has a company, right? Elon Musk is rich because he has a company, and the list goes on and on, right? If you look at the people now. People that are right now rich, on average, not the outliers, have businesses, right? They have a company, a business that either sells services or products. Services and products. It's like, okay, so that's how you get rich. You offer products, and sell a lot of products, you'll make a lot of money. Or offer a lot of services, and you make a lot of money. That's it. the grand secret, right? The big thing. There are some other things you can do that's not necessarily a product or service based, but this is the most common way people in general can get rich, especially if you have no money and you want to start making money. Obviously, service and products is the way to go. Typically, service will be the normal thing that most people do. That's called going to a job, right? Remember, when you go to work, you're providing a service, right? You're doing the manual labor or whatever work, whatever service that they're paying you to do. You know, if you're a cleaner and you clean stuff, or you're a painter and you paint stuff, you know, that's a service. You're providing a service, you're getting paid for it. So that's what a job is. You're providing a service. Now, when you sell stuff, you know, like stuff on eBay or something like that, or you just make, like, let's say you create art and you sell it, okay, that's a product. When somebody pays you to create something, like a picture or something like artwork, then that's the service. You know what I mean? That's the difference. There's two sides to the same coin, as they say, right? One side, you created a painting and then you sold it as is, and the other side, somebody paid you to paint something, right? So those two ways that a painter, for example, artist, can make money from creating something that they can sell and providing service, right? Providing their artistic services. So, you know, that's the big truth, right? That's the big secret, as they say, about how to become rich, is products and services. So you got to figure out what you can do, right? What works best for you? Do you have a lot of good ideas for, like, products, for example? You know, you got designs for shirts, like shirt designs. You know, then you can get into that. Or, you know, do you have ideas for, like, makeup? You can get into that, and so forth and so forth, right? So getting into products. Let's say you have a really cool recipe for, like, some healthy cookies or something. That will be a product. Okay? Services will obviously be stuff like, you know, cutting hair, mowing the lawn, you know, things of that nature, washing somebody's car, you know, doing somebody's taxes, you know, the list goes on, right? And that'll be services. You'll get paid for doing that. So then it's just a matter of figuring out, okay, what am I'm willing to do, and how can I do it? For example, if you want to do services and you want to obviously use the internet, a website you can use is Fiverr.com. That will allow you to create an account where you could provide services. Let's say you're good at computer programming and you can make apps and stuff. Then you can provide your app, developing services. Or you're good with making video editing. You can provide that as a service. Where somebody sends you, you know, a whole bunch of recordings, video recordings, and then you edit, add music and all that, you know, good stuff. And then now you can make money off of that. You know, teaching, for example, like, you know, somebody's interested in learning something, you can make a video to teach them how to do that thing. And then, you know, they pay you for the video. And once you get the money, you send them the video, right? And now they can learn through a video. Or they could pay you to talk to you, you know, through the phone or some type of video chat or something, and, you know, webcam type thing, and y'all can talk, and, you know, you can teach that way. Right? So you get the idea. It's like there's, you know, you just gotta think along the lines of product, something physical that you can sell, that's useful, obviously, that you can sell. And you definitely want to find, well, typically you want to find something you can either A, sell a lot of for cheap, or B, sell for a lot, right? You might get less sales, but the margin is higher, right? So you'll sell less products, but you'll make more money every time you do it anyway. So that makes up for the fact that your sales might be slower. Because then there's the idea of luxury purchases versus necessities. Like selling toilet paper would be a necessity, right? People need toilet paper, and you sell it, right? So that's a necessity, something they're going to buy a lot and they need it, versus something like a luxury, like a Lamborghini or something. It'd be nice to sell Lamborghinis and make a lot of money, but you got to find your customer that specifically can afford a Lamborghini and wants a Lamborghini, and then have them purchase the Lamborghini, right? And you have to be able to get your hands on a Lamborghini. Can't get a Lamborghini for free. So there's that. And then, of course, you got to keep the business idea of buy low, sell high when it comes to, products. So always keep that in mind. There's a lot of wholesale places. There's places you can go online where you can find how to get a whole bunch of stuff, for cheap. Like you can get like 2,000 pens, like for $100 or something, for example, and then sell those pens for like $2 each. Essentially, you have 1,000 when you sell them for $2 each. Even if you sell them for $1 each, you sell those pens for $1 each, right? And you invested $100, you made 1,000, so that's a $900 profit. You have to think of those along those lines. That's another thing, math. You have to think that whatever you do, like whether it be time related or money related, that it has to correlate to numbers. So if you're going to spend an hour, you want to correlate that to an amount. If you want to make $100 an hour, right? So then you want to figure out what can you do to get $100 that you can do every hour, right? That you can do hourly, and then go that route. Just like providing a service where you charge $100 per hour that you're providing that service. So the longer the person needs you, if they need you for 2 hours, then that's $200. If they need you for 5 hours, that's $500. You know what I mean? So many things out there. There's a lot of videos. Obviously, I recommend going to YouTube and looking up videos about how to make money from whatever activity you want to do. And that's the other thing. You always want to think, what can I do? Always think of putting a price on everything you do, right? If let's say you like to sing, right? Put a price on it, right? Monetize your singing. Let's say you're good at writing stories. Monetize your story writing, right? The idea is to try to make money from what you're capable of doing. If you're a big, strong person, you're capable of protecting people, then you can make money from being like a bodyguard, or security, or a bouncer, right? You can provide that protective service and make money that way. Main thing is always to try to put money to everything you do. You want everything you do to equal money is what I'm trying to say. That's how I always say it. You want to make sure everything you do equals money. You want your time to equal money, right? You want your efforts to equal money. You want your ideas to equal money. You don't want to be in a situation where, you spend a whole week, I don't know, let's say, just like on social media, just on there for hours and hours for a whole week, and it equaled no money. You made no money. If anything, you probably lost money, right? Because you probably was paying electricity and for food and stuff like that. Like you spent money within that week. Now, if you have a job, obviously you make money, but that's you earn money. That's for a different. That's a different story, right? But the thing is that your activity didn't equal money. Is what I'm pointing out at. You going to work, you're making money. That's good. You're earning it, right? But everything else you did, or at least 90%, or I'll say 100% of what you do that isn't work related is not generating you money. That's what I'm saying. So if you have activities that you get into that doesn't generate you money, so if you're like I said, if you like to draw, if you have certain skills that you just mainly use it as a hobby, like whenever you're bored you'll draw, whenever you're bored you might just start dancing, out of boredom, put on some music and dance just for fun. That's cool and all, right? You know what I mean? You do you, but you could make money off of it. That's what I'm saying. This is what most rich people do, is they always try to find ways to make money off of everything. That's the thing. They're trying to make money off everything. They're trying to make sure everything they do in their life equals money. And this is the mindset you gotta have. If you want to be rich, you gotta think rich first, right? You gotta think like, you know what, I want to do what rich people do. Do you think rich people, every time they have money, they spend it? No. If anything, they're trying to come up with ways to save it, as in trying to convince themselves not to spend it. Try to convince themselves they don't need, name brand clothes or something like that, right? Or they don't need a new cool looking car. They always try to convince themselves to save the money, not to spend it, right? They focus on getting what they need and then try not to get what they want until they have so much money they can get what they want and still have money, right? You want to be in that situation where you could buy what you want but still have money and lots more than you need to live. So try to get into the habit of not wanting a lot, because wanting is what's going to get you poor, because you're going to convert all your money into things, into activities, into experiences, into food. And what's going to happen? The food's just going to come out your butt and go down the drain. So you're literally flushing money down the drain whenever you spend more money on eating than you do on than you do saving or anything else of importance, right? Of value. Not saying not to eat. Obviously, eating is important. We need it to live and sustain ourselves. But if you can sustain yourself with less food, let's say you eat 3 times a day, and it costs you $30 a day to eat. Well, you could bring it down to 2 meals a day, eat twice a day instead of 3 times a day, and then cut it. You're cutting down by $10. So now you're saving 10. So by saving 10, you're making 10. That's a way of looking at it. A penny saved is a penny earned. So saving money is equivalent to making money. Every time you work and you get a paycheck, you want to get into the habit once you get the money, like, oh, that looks nice, and then just leave it alone. Not, oh, nice money. Oh, I wonder what I'm going to get today. Oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and just immediately start thinking about spending it. It's like, no, you just got the money. You don't want to spend it. If anything, at least don't spend it the day you get the money. Go to sleep the next day, then think about what you need, and mainly think about what you need. Don't get in the habit of, as soon as you get paid, you immediately want to start using the money. Like, no, leave it alone. Worry about it the next day. That's what I do. I'm like, yep, I'm not in a hurry to look at my money. I know I got paid. I'm gonna just wait until tomorrow and then look at the money that came in and what I'm gonna do with it. What bills I'm gonna pay for and whatnot, and just go from there. So that way, I'm not going on impulse, because when the money drops, when the money comes in, it feels good, right? You get excited, you get that feeling of happiness, like, oh yeah, money, that I worked hard for. You don't want to make any decisions based off of that feeling, right? Off of the emotion. You don't want to make emotional purchases. You don't want to make emotional decisions. You never want to do that. But we want to be logical, make solid choices, right? Solid decisions, practical decisions. So wait until the next day, and then, when you're fresh and energized and you're like, today's a new day. What to do? And then just go about your day and start thinking about what you're going to do, right? And always plan for the future. Always think ahead. You definitely want to save money for the future. Stop trying to spend money now. You're more likely, mathematically, are going to still be alive a week from now, 2 weeks from now, a year from now, 10 years from now. So don't be in a hurry to spend your money like, oh no, I could die tomorrow. Like, yeah, you could, and you cannot. You could die or you could not. It's better to, plan for the outcome you want, which is you'll still be alive. So plan for the fact that you'll still be alive and save your money. People, for some reason, plan like they're literally going to die tomorrow, so I got to spend my money today. It's like, no, that's ridiculous. You shouldn't be planning to die tomorrow, right? You should plan that the next day and the next day and the next day is coming. You're going to still be alive tomorrow, so don't act like tomorrow you could die. Get that out of your mind. Get that, because rich people don't think they're going to die the next day. They think they're going to live for a long, long time. So that's why they can save their money and invest it in and live happy ever after, right? You need to do the same. think think of yourself having a long life. So you want to find ways that helps you make money, right? Helps you get money. Then you want to take that money and invest it. Because most people, just have the habit of just when they have money, they spend it, which is a poor person's habit. So you want to get into the rich person's habit, which is saving money, right? Spending less money. That's why you want, when you get stuff, you want to get stuff in bulk, on discount. You want to get, if you can get something for less, get it for less, right? Don't just because you can afford to spend $1,000 or something doesn't mean you should. You should try to find it for less, right? Try to find it for half off, or be patient and wait. That's the most important thing. What allows rich people to be rich is patience. They're not quick to let the money go out their pockets, right? They're not quick to give their money away. They hold on to it until it's the right time to spend it. That's the thing. It's patience and planning. You're supposed to plan, what you're gonna do with your money, right? Not just do things on a whim, on impulse, right? Always plan ahead. So the ultimate thing is invest. The idea of using money to make money, so that way you always have money, so that way you can always get what you want and still have money, so that way you can use that money and invest. And that's the habit you want to get into. Using your money to make money, then spend some of the money, not all of it obviously, spend some of the money to do the things you need to do, or get the things you want to get, but then get back to investing again, right? Get back to using your money to get money. Keep doing that over and over again. Look at a lot of the stuff you do as an investment. You know what I mean? If you get a car, consider trying to use that car to make money. Use it, to do Uber, to do, like for, Uber Eats or Uber Lyft, driving, stuff like that, right? If you have a really nice car, you could probably rent it out for people to take pictures with it for their Instagram, whatever. People do stuff like that. So, try to turn it into an asset. That's another thing. You want everything you have to be capable of making you money. You want your talents to make you money, right? You want your materialistic stuff, your material things, right? Your property, the stuff you own, your house, your car, TV, your gaming system, whatever you own, your phone, right? You want these things to make you money. I use my laptop to make money. I use my phone to make money. I use myself to make money, right? So even my network, the people that I know, I use them to make money. So it's like you want to make sure that everything you're doing in your life, there's a financial component to it. Not saying to value money, and make money more the most important thing in your life. What I'm saying is that if you're willing to do something like cleaning, right? Like, let's say you like cleaning, well, make money off of it. Don't just clean for free, right? If you're good at something, might as well get paid for it, right? So if you're good at solving problems, make money off, get paid to solve problems, right? If you're good at giving advice, get paid for giving advice, right? So that's the thing, is you always want to make sure that everything you do makes you money. One of the best things you can do with your money is to use it to make money, right? I mean, think about it, right? Using your money to make money, that sounds amazing, right? So you gotta think of your money like it's a seed. You want to plant the seed and grow a money tree, right? You don't want to, work, make money, work, make money, work, make money. Right? You don't want to keep doing that over and over again. You're a human, right? You're gonna get tired at some point. God forbid you get injured, right? So it's like you rather your money work for you, and they'll work even when you're asleep. That's the thing. If you put your money to work, they'll work for you even when you're sleeping. They'll work for you 24/7, 365 days a year. Till the day you die. Shit, they'll keep working until after you're dead. and then generational wealth, right? They'll make money for your your kids, your great grandkids, and so that, right? So you definitely want to put your money to work because your money is a tool, it's a resource, it's something you can use to do things. So why not use your money to make money? Most people don't think that. Most people don't think that the money they get could be used to make more money. They just think, okay, I got money, time to spend it. And then once they spend it, they're like, okay, well, I need more money. So then they go work to make more money just so they can spend it and end up in a scenario of like, well, I still need more money. Well, of course, you're always going to need money for something, especially if it's to pay bills and to eat and stuff like that. You're always going to need money. So why not use your money to make money so you always have money so you can always afford the stuff you need, that you need to pay for, right? So it's better that your money makes money than you make money, right? So at first you got to start somewhere, right? So you got to make money first, right? You got to go, do a job and this, that, and get paid. But once you start getting paid, you want to start, investing that money, put into stuff that makes money. Investing is not necessarily the stock market. Investing could just be, buying a car and then using the car to do stuff, or buying a lawnmower and mow lawns. Granted, mowing lawns and driving for Uber is, more work, but something you can do once in a while to generate extra money, right? So that way, everything you pay, like when let's say you spend $20 on the lawnmower and you charge $20 to mow people's lawn, just one lawn. Once you mow one lawn, you already got your $20 back. So it's like you got the lawnmower for free. And now, for free, you can keep making $20 whenever you feel like, right? You have control of it. That's the most important part. When you use your money to, to make money, or you invest it, you determine how much your money's going to work, right? How much your money's going to be beneficial in the aspect of making money, which is why you can become rich, because you dictate that. Not your boss at work, not other people, not your customers, right? If you have like an eBay business, for example, or people on your, subscribers on your YouTube channel, they don't determine, well, you don't want them to be the ones to determine how much money you get, right? If you're rich or not, you rather be in control of that. You rather, be the one that decides if you're going to be rich or not, right? Because more likely you're going to say, yeah, I want to be rich. So you're going to put in the effort to do that. So make sure your money makes money. And, try to use whatever you have in life to generate money. That way, you can always do the thing you want. And that's the other thing, is you want to live your life. Like, money isn't important. It's useful, yes, but it's not important. What you do with your life and what you do with the money is important. So that's why you want to invest your money into things that you like to do, first and foremost. If you're willing to do something you don't like because it makes you money, fine, hey, you do you. But it's better to do stuff you do like. If you like to draw, right, and make paintings and stuff like that, right, invest money into the materials to make the paintings, and then sell them. Or sell them on eBay or something, or Facebook, or Instagram or something like that, YouTube, right? Just put it out there, and when people buy it, there you go. And it's something you like to do, right? There's some people who work jobs or have certain activities or even businesses that they don't really like. They only did it just because they can make money, and that's it. And then they're miserable. Well, they should have tried to do something that they really, really like to make money, instead of doing something that just, well, since they made money, might as well do it, right? You gotta balance it out. Sometimes you'll do stuff you don't want to do for money, and there's times where you'll gladly do something that you love, and it's just a benefit to make money. But ultimately, money is meant to be used so you can live your life doing the things you want to be able to do, right? The things you want to do. So if you want to do music or art, or travel the world or solve problems, you're going to, having money to be able to afford that, to be able to have a roof over your head, have your bills paid, have food in your stomach, that way you can live your life and do things like having children, raising them and stuff like that, for example, or helping out the homeless, or helping out like your neighborhood or country or something. It requires you to, one, be trying to do those things, and then make sure you can do those things. And money is one way you can get there. You can do those things by putting that, your money into that. So you want to invest into whatever helps you. For example, investing into knowledge, right? Investing into paying somebody to teach you something you don't know how to do. That way you do know how to do it, and then you can use that skill that you learned to make more money, right? And the list goes on. But you just want to make sure you have more than one way of making money. Don't rely on just having one job to make money. Find different ways to make money, preferably legal, of course. Find different ways to make money, and then use that money to make more money by investing into stuff. Obviously, you can invest in stuff like, real estate if you want to get into that. You can invest into companies like small startups. You could be a angel investor or something like that, right? Or you could just, start your own business, right? And fund it yourself. Main thing is whatever you do that you use your money with should generate you money so you can just keep doing the things you want to do. Imagine if you spend money on travel, like to go on a vacation. It'd be nice that vacation is not just a vacation, but it's also an opportunity for you to make money. That way, the vacation essentially pays for itself. That's what I'm trying to get you to think, that whatever you do should basically pay for itself. If you buy a nice car, it should make you money, right? If you have a nice house, it should make you money. If you own a phone, it should make you money. The list goes on, right? Make sure things make you money because you know how useful money is, and it lets you do more things. And that's the thing. You just want to keep making sure you can keep doing things, and that's what you want to do. Even if you don't end up having $1 million all at one time in your bank account, for example, if you spend 2 years, investing and spending, investing and spending, right, and keep that cycle going, and at the end of 2 years, you look up at most of your spending, and you're like, damn, I spent $1 million, but I still got money. I'm not broke. What I mean? Which is the point you want to get to. You want to get to a point where even after you spend money, you still got money. You don't want to be broke. If you're right now in a situation where every time you get your paycheck disappears, that's a problem. You need to find out what's wrong, like what's causing your paycheck to be zero every time you get it, right? Why is all your money disappearing? And then try to cut back on some stuff, like cut back on 3 meals a day, for example. Some people have to cut down to 1 meal a day. Instead of using a car to get to work, public transportation, probably cheaper to take public transportation. It just depends, right? It just depends. So look at everything, maybe getting a cheaper phone. Instead of having a fancy iPhone, get a cheaper phone. So the idea is to spend less money, turn off any subscription to stuff that you don't use a lot, turn that off. Let's say you don't use the internet at home a lot, you use your phone more, then turn the internet at home off and just use your phone for internet access, right? That way you're saving money. And the idea is to try to save money so that way you can invest. Not save money so you can spend it later, as opposed to spending it now, right? No, save it so you can invest it. And you want to wait until you want to find the investment, right? Sometimes it takes time. It might take you 2 weeks, 2 months. Shit, it might take you 2 years to find the right opportunity to use your money to make more money. But it's worth it, right? That's the main thing I want you to think. It's worth it. If your goal, if you okay with being broke all the time, that's on you. If you're okay, just making by, just living paycheck to paycheck, hey, you do you. But if you want to be rich, right, you want the big bucks, then saving and investing is how you're going to get there. It is definitely not going to be, working, extra hours at work or 2 jobs, and it's definitely not paying bills and spending money. Spending money definitely does not make you rich. It's the opposite that makes you rich. Saving and investing. That's what will make you rich. So that's the truth. That's the secret, right? That is the magic solution to all your financial problems is save and invest. Save and invest. Make sure everything you do equals money. That's the end of the podcast.